Travel isn't just about destinations, it's about the people you meet, the cultures you immerse yourself in, the stories you carry home. I'm Relebogile Mabocha, and on my travel feature, I take you on a journey beyond the guidebook. Each week, I connect with fellow travelers, insiders, and storytellers to bring you the heart of every place. Whether it's a hidden gem right here in South Africa or a dream destination abroad. Join me as we travel through conversations, memories, and inspiration. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Now, in March this year, we introduced you to Fritz Sitte, a 27-year-old German national who was, at that time, about to set off on a run across Africa. The journey was partly about fulfilling his own dreams of adventure and doing something big with his life. But it was also about raising funds for an organization called Viva con Agua, which is an NGO promoting access to clean water and hygiene and sanitation in rural Southern Africa. And I'm happy to tell you that Fritz and his brother Max have made it to the finish. It doesn't look quite the way they thought it would, though. For one thing, the finish line wasn't where they thought it would be. They didn't make it in the record-breaking 200 days they were hoping to do, but there's good reason for that because of the deviation in the route. So not everything went exactly according to plan, but it went well. They've done it. They've made it to the end. They've got a lifetime of stories to dine out on for the rest of their lives, and delighted to have them with us to share a little, or at least have Fritz with us on the line to share a little bit of insight into what the journey was like. Fritz, congratulations, first of all, on making it to the finish line, even though the circumstances weren't quite what you thought they were going to be when you set off. Welcome back to CapeTalk.
Yeah, thank you so much.
The finish line when we spoke in March was going to be in Cairo. Instead, you ended up running all the way to Tangier. What caused the deviation?
It was, it was something that we knew could become true. We started with the hope of the civil war in Sudan easing off, and the situation in Ethiopia, northern Ethiopia, becoming better. Both actually got worse with time. So by the time we reached Addis Ababa in Ethiopia, we had to make the decision to let go of that route or that destination going to Cairo, and instead decided not to fully abandon our ambitions, but instead continue our journey on the west coast of Africa and fly to Dakar, and from there we made our way up to Tangier.
Okay, so all the way up to Addis, then a flight to the west coast, and all the way up to Tangier. There's the small matter of a very large desert in the way in that final leg of the trip. Fritz, what was it like encountering the Sahara?
It was physically by far the toughest part of the journey. We went from south to north against the wind all the time. And that was, we knew about it, but you only know what it feels like when you're actually in it. A bit like someone tells you this is hot and don't touch it, and then you actually touch it and you feel the heat and you burn, and then you realize, okay, that's why no one does it. So we were actually the first team going through without a support car. For good reason. We didn't have any shade, any cool drinks, any ice to cool down the body, and still had to fight those winds further up in Moroccan Sahara. It was right on the edge. Nothing I would recommend to anyone doing, but we showed it's possible.
Fritz, I know that going in, you'd had your share of injury concerns, including, if I remember correctly, a hip injury from a previous attempt. Did you make it through this run without any major medical issues? I mean, running in those kind of conditions you've just described would be tough on anybody's body. How did you and Max cope physically?
Yeah, luckily the hip didn't hold us back. It's quite incredible to see what is actually possible working on the body. I mean, we spent 4 months in Cape Town doing rehab, doing training. I decided not to have a surgery, which would be sort of the standard procedure with that kind of condition, but wanted to see how far you can actually heal the body by itself. And with mobility, with strength training, with active relaxation of the body, of the muscles surrounding the hip, it actually worked. It's quite incredible. It was a big experiment for me, also for the coaches. They had never done it. And it worked just fine. We had 2 weeks in Nairobi in Kenya where we had to stop. I had some, I was sick, had several things that first knocked me out for 3 days, then a parasite that knocked us out for 5 days, took antibiotics, and then afterwards started to run full on again, and that then caused a bit of an inflammation in the knee. So we then had a full stop there for 2 weeks, but eventually that all recovered well, and then other than that, I could 100% count on my body and nail down the 60 kilometers.
Fantastic. Now, Fritz, when we spoke in March, you said to me that on your previous trip across Africa, when you were on a bicycle, you'd fallen in love with the people. You had experienced such warmth and hospitality and friendship from the people you met along the way. Was it the same this time round? Did you have a similar experience? Did people open their homes to you, give you a place to put up your tent for the night? What was the experience like?
Yeah, 100%. I think that in the end, for me, for us, is what makes these journeys and adventures worthwhile. You strip out all the things of status, of whatever we think about or make up in our society, all the beliefs and the ideas, and you are just a human being showing up by the end of the day, tired, exhausted, and you're in need of support. And people are there, and they open up their homes, and even if you just put your tent somewhere in the desert, people come out, give you a cup of tea or something to eat. They stop with their cars to give you water. Incredible, all the way through. We had some more challenging weeks in Ethiopia, but that was the absolute exception. And we had it just showed that people are great, not only from the people we met along the way, also what we shared on social media. We had incredible support there as well from everyone who followed. So it really proved the point.
I'm really, really relieved and delighted to hear that. Now, Fritz, as I said at the start of this interview, this was not just about your own big adventure. It was also intended to be a fundraiser for making sure that people who don't currently have access to a regular supply of clean water and decent sanitation can get that. From a fundraising perspective, how successful was the trip?
Yeah, I would say not too much. I think you can be more efficient with doing smaller things and actually having more capacity for fundraising. We realize we are a very small team and we can only do so much. So we focus more on communicating the message that people are great, and had to accept that with our very small team of just Max and me doing ultra or extreme sports and Max kind of doing all the rest, we could not on top raise as many funds as we would have liked to, but that's okay. I think you learn, and next time we know more, and then we can tackle those goals as well more effectively.
Have you started thinking about the next time and what the next big adventure might look like?
No. There are ideas, but it is now it's all quite overwhelming. I mean, we spent 8 months, or in total we spent over a year on the African continent. You move so slowly, and you have such intense experiences and encounters, and then you suddenly walk through the finish line and people surround you and there's attention, and you are on a plane, and suddenly, I mean, right now I'm in Vienna, and it's a clash of cultures and people, and it's a lot going on, emotions internally. So it will take some time and weeks to make some plans and organize, and then there will also be time to think about what the right next steps are and new adventures might be, but it all takes some time to settle at the moment, and there are ideas, but what is the right thing, we will see.
Okay. Fritz, Neil asking how many kilometers you did per day. I know going in you were aiming for about 60. Did you manage to keep at that average, or how did it go?
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. There's the difference between active days and total days. In the end, it took us 242 days, and it was 242 marathons. So on average, it was the exact 42 kilometers. But that includes the days off from replanning, taking the plane, taking some rest days to make sure the body doesn't crack. The time off from injury, all that. So when we actually ran, it was about 55 to 60 kilometers. So it worked, yeah.
An incredible achievement. And Fritz, I'm so glad that you were able to finish the journey this time round. To you and Max, congratulations. And please keep in touch and tell us about the next big adventure once it's in its planning phases.
Yeah, we will actually, we started the whole thing in Cape Town, and through the time there, we made a lot of good friends, met wonderful people. So we decided actually to come back down in January, and hopefully we then have a conversation in person and share some more details.
I look forward to it. Fritz Sitte, thank you so much for joining us for now from a train somewhere in Vienna. Glad the phone line held up to bring you that update. So completing the cross-country run across the entire continent of Africa, he and his brother Max reaching the finish line last week Wednesday.
Travel isn't just about destinations. It's about the people you meet, the cultures you immerse yourself in, the stories you carry home. I'm Mabocha, and on my travel feature, I take you on a journey beyond the guidebook. Each week, I connect with fellow travelers, insiders, and storytellers to bring you the heart of every place. Whether it's a hidden gem right here in South Africa or a dream destination abroad. Join me as we travel through conversations, memories, and inspiration. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.